We're gonna start today from DLR again, and our topic is going to be how to manage distance and keep getting closer. If you remember, when we did the passing series, we started off with long range, where my opponent had like a spider guide and such, right? And we basically pummeled our way in or out. Then we moved on to lasso. Then we moved on to the DLR. Then we moved on to reverse DLR, started passing from there and such. Now we're getting closer to the half guard range, right? Now here's the thing though, a lot of times guys, when you want to pass half guard, it might not always be just like this, right? Oh, I want to pass half guard, just lay on top of him. It's not gonna work like that very often, you know? Most of the times we're gonna start from somewhere like longer, mid-range or something, and I'm gonna need to step by step close the distance and keep grinding forward and like keep moving closer. So we're gonna do something like that. We're gonna mix up what we have learned for the DLR passes, okay, and add a bit of like a close guard passing knowledge on top of that. So my opponent still has the DLR, whatever grip he has, okay. So one thing I like doing from here, especially if my opponent is tall, or he kind of plays a sort of guard where he wants me away from him. You know what I mean? He's trying to constantly extend his legs. He's trying to push me off. He's trying to open me up, okay? He's not balling up necessarily like this, but like I feel more like extension. He wants me away from him, especially with these kind of situations. I like this strategy more, but you can use it on other situations as well. So now, because I want to close the distance, unlike the warm-up move that we did from here, I'm not gonna break the guard like that. I'm gonna get a bit closer to him, all right? So for this, to close up the distance though, I'm gonna anchor myself first by grabbing the collar over here. Now, because I'm using this and on his body, in order to break the guard, I'm gonna need to rely on my elbow and not on my hand anymore, okay? So we're gonna get these two together. So should this be inside or outside? For today, it has to be outside. But just because it's outside, don't let it get away from your knee. Think like they have magnets here, okay? They're like constantly against each other. They're gonna always work around each other. Try not to get them separate, because the moment this gets separate, that's when you can get omoplata and such, okay? In order for him to do, let's say an omoplata, for example, he needs to get into this space, right? So he's gonna kick that leg in between there. Now he can submit me right away. So it's gonna be super important for me at all times, okay? To keep this around my knee. So he has the DLR, I have this over here. This is still the same area, look. My elbow is still looking for about the same area over here, okay? And then that's how I'm gonna create my pressure. Meanwhile, I can always try to free myself from here, of course, to begin with. But next, we're gonna need to, like, for this one, today's strategy, we're gonna need to get a pant grip eventually, okay? So you can get it at the beginning or afterwards. So, yep, I'm gonna pull it down a little bit for easier demonstration, okay? So, we're gonna try to get the pant grip for today, okay? So we can isolate this here, boom. And now we're gonna start breaking the DLR hook here the same, right away. But then, because I don't wanna go up, I'm gonna come close, is I push with my elbow, instead of raising up, I'm gonna straighten my leg back. So it's a bit tricky. I'll need to do this motion here. Okay, so I need a bit of control of my legs. We free ourselves. Let's look, push this down, free the leg back, and then come back here right away. As I come back, okay, notice what I'm doing with this leg. I'm punching it back with the long frame, okay? Punching back with the long frame, and I'm settling down on top of this knee. Now my challenge is to bring this elbow right away in front of his thigh or his hip. So this way, we did the same trap on this side as well. You see elbow and knee together. So if he wants to bring that knee back, it's gonna be super hard. Meanwhile, hey, look, if he tries to pummel his legs back from here, it's gonna be hard, right? Perfect, let's use this opportunity to get even closer. For first pass, let's keep today's passes a bit simple, okay? So I'm just gonna focus on getting, let's just get the crossface and underhook from here right away, okay? And we're just gonna keep smashing from here. So Also, one more detail here, I forgot, is you're pinching this over here, right? You don't want his knee coming back and stuff. So the moment you're here, it helps if you can get a bit of anchor here, which is gonna be the belt grip. So look, elbow and knee together, it's gonna be super hard for him to come in, okay? So we're gonna do simple pass like we said. From here, we're gonna get the collar and the cross face and the underhook here. And now I'm gonna shift my weight a little bit on my shoulder, not too much. Don't lay on him, super careful. Look, at the beginning I was hip heavy. Now I'm gonna be a little shoulder heavy as I move from here, okay? What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna bring my left foot behind my heel. Okay, boom, over here like this. So that like I don't get caught in the half guard and such as I pass. So I bring this over here. Once they're together, now I can pummel windshield wiper both of them outside. And now I can establish from there. Okay. Let's do it again. So now less details. Let's just focus on technique. Collar grip, elbow knee together. Free ourselves from the distance control. Keep pinning this down. We're gonna push the elbow down, hip low, but leg straight. Try to free this and come close. Notice my pushing down motion with the step forward motion. Traps that leg over there. If you try to pummel that leg back, you're gonna feel like it's hard because it's my skeleton that's holding the leg right now, not my muscles. All right, good. Now let's catch the hip over here, super tight. Cross face, underhook over here, right away. Elbow pressure forward. I'm gonna hide my ankle first, and I'm gonna bring them both out together. I don't want his hip to come back immediately again, so you might want to frame here for a bit. Then we can establish there and establish the side mount position. Okay, you wanna see us maybe, Michael, please. Start from the Riva. We're gonna do a low pass. So we're gonna get the lapel grip over here. Elbow pressure on the knee. Free yourself from the distance management, it always helps. Then we're gonna sit back, straighten the leg, and pressure with the elbow. Step forward right away. Keep pushing this back so I can trap the hip over here. My weight, notice, shifts on the middle towards this leg, this side a bit more at the beginning, okay? Establish my cross face, underhook. Now we're gonna start being a little heavier with our shoulders, shoulder projecting forward a little here a little bit, okay? This leg is gonna be hidden behind my heel first. Then I'm gonna windshield wiper both out. Keep this here at first because he's gonna try to put his knee back for sure. So then we can establish under that also and establish a top position. Very solid pass. And it helps us, you see, to close the distance from De La Riva to half guard range, close range, and keep passing from there. This is basically what we did. We started from De La Riva, but changed it to like same side knee slide pass. It's like same side knee slide pass kind of, right? So let's give it a try. 1, 2.